Obsessed or just crazy? Welcome back, loves, to Sassy Speaks. It's your girl, Sassy. Thank you again for taking the time to rock with your girl one more week, and I hope you'll continue to support because I love doing this. So, we are still in March Madness, messy March, if you will. And today we are going to break down obsession. Ooh, I love that toxic love. So I know we're kind of piggybacking off of last month, the love series, but you got real love and you got that toxic love, which is very, very messy. Got me singing I'm crazy in love. Not. All right. So let's see. We are going to dissect the difference in, actually, no, not the difference. We are going to dissect messy obsessions. Sometimes people are just that in love with you, or they just crazy. So we're going to talk about when love crosses the line into obsession and how to spot it before it ruins your vibe. So are we going to end up walking down the aisle to Why I Love You in a wedding ring and then run off into the sunset on our honeymoon? Or are we going to end up in a body bag? I know that's real dramatic, right? I just listened to like 5 episodes of my crime series, so I'm on that level of toxic right now. So anyway, let's talk about the signs of obsession versus genuine interest. Let's take the good first. Genuine interest. Let's break it down. They check in, constant communication. And I always say communication is key. I don't know what you're thinking. You don't know what I'm thinking. So we got to talk about it, right? They check in regularly, but don't panic if you're busy. And your phone isn't blowing up like somebody's died, right? They respect your space and your boundaries. Sometimes I'm tired, sometimes I'm busy, or sometimes you just need space. And they don't guilt trip you about it. And we got jobs, we got lives. We have, full-time adulting to do. So I'm sorry that I cannot sit by my phone 24/7 waiting for you to text me or call me. Chill out. I'm going to get to you. It's okay. If you want to go out or come over and spend time, if I'm tired, just let me be tired. Don't make me spend the whole night fussing with you because you got an attitude because now I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep. Can we just all go to sleep? It is okay. They don't make you feel bad because of your feelings. The world is crazy right now. So sometimes you just need to go home, turn everything off, and just sit in the dark with your thoughts. Well, I don't know if you should be with your thoughts, but turn everything off and just relax. Okay? They want you to have your own identity, your friends, your hobbies, your responsibilities. And they want to be an addition to your life and not you be their entire personality. They're supposed to add to your life. Keyword, add. Add good things, not headaches, not stress, not tears. We want to be in a safe space. We want to feel calm around them. And it's not intense, it's not chaotic. When you come into their presence, you're supposed to be able to just breathe and relax, not tense up, getting ready to swing on them, right? Or they just make it worse. Whenever I'm going through a hectic time or just a rough day or just busy, whenever I see my husband, I feel calm. There's a calmness that comes over me, especially if he wraps me in his arms. I just melt, unless he's the cause of the chaos in my life. Most of the time, that's not the issue. So, he makes me feel calm and he lets me know that everything is going to be all right. So that's what you need. You need somebody that's going to help you through the times, not get mad and have a fit because you're just having a day. You know, Monica says it's just one of them days, honey. It's not that personal. But they know that you have your own life and your own likes and stuff, and they want to be a part of it and not want to, take you away and just do everything that they want to do. They want to know about your opinions, your childhood stories. They want to know how your childhood was. What was your growing up? How's your family? Can we meet your family at some point? Not right away. But I want to hear stories. I want to know what a typical day was in your house. Do your parents get along? Does your family get along? Is it drama at the holidays? Baby mama drama. I just want to know these things before I get too deep, right? And I want to know your likes, dislikes, the real you. I want to know everything that I possibly can to make sure that we are not wasting our time. Okay, we just need to be in a point where we feel comfortable, we can get to know each other, and that's a good space to be in. That is a natural pace. We don't have to be talking about, oh, you're my soulmate or you're going to be my forever or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm just meeting you. I just need you to calm down. Pump your brakes, bruh. But that is just genuine interest. And people will let you know if they're interested or not. Because if you're interested, you're going to show genuine interest. And it's not going to run them away. It's going to want them to know more about you. So, genuine interest is where you want to be. Signs of obsession. This is where we get crazy. They are doing way too much too soon. Again, talking about forever, moving in, or being meant to be after 2 dates. Sir, ma'am, I need you once again to pump your brakes because I need to know all of you. I need to know how you are when you're sad, depressed, when you're mad. And I don't trust anybody that doesn't get mad. So if you tell me you don't get mad, I don't believe you and I don't trust you. Because everybody gets mad. Now, I'm not talking about you have to do Hulk Hogan or what is the Hulk? That's what I was trying to say. 0 to 10 in 2 seconds. And you don't have to get violent or yell and scream at the top of your lungs, but you need to get mad. I need to know how you are, because if you're quiet and calm and cool, but then when you get mad, the mask comes off and you trying to bash my head through the wall, I need to know that. I need to know, do you fart? Not do you fart, because everybody farts. But I need to be comfortable enough for you to fart. But can we eat regularly? Because I'm a chunky girl. I'm ready to get down. So can I eat around you without judging me? Things of that nature. That's what makes a healthy relationship. That's one thing I love about my husband, because we gonna eat. We are going to eat. Constant calling, texting me at 2 a.m., stalking my socials, calling me babe. Well, I won't put that one into concrete because people use that word loosely. But if you don't want to be called babe, then say that. And that's cool. But people use those words so loosely. I don't know if that should matter at this point. But the constant calling and texting, if you don't respond in 10 minutes, they send you, oh my gosh, 25 texts in 2 seconds. Like, sir, ma'am, we have jobs. Relax. I'm not ignoring you. I am working. Somebody has to pay for this lifestyle, right? I mean, we're adulting. Calm down. I understand if we're talking about days upon days or whatever, but can I text you in 21 minutes? Like, I might be in the bathroom. I might just be taking a break. Like, calm down. It's all right. Being jealous. They get weird about your friends, your coworkers, or your past relationships. I ask questions about past relationships because I need to know. I'm just nosy yet again. But I don't want you to be reminiscing and acting like you miss it. No, but I have questions about everything and anything. But I don't want you to be jealous to where somebody walks by and says hi and you ready again to knock my head between the washer and dryer because that is just too much. Or texting, where you at, where you putting location devices on me. Like if I say I'm gonna be home at 12 and I get home at 12:05, it's a problem. Like, calm down, please. You're gonna give yourself a heart attack. Constantly monitoring you, watching you online, looking at who's liking your photos, constant harassment. Boundaries. We need to set them now. And emotional mood swings. One day you're perfect. The next day you're upset you didn't answer enough or I didn't get to you quick enough. Traffic was horrible. I'm on my way. Some things are just out of your control, but it's okay. I mean, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. You know if somebody's ghosting you. And this just ain't it. And the biggest thing is when they try to isolate you. Low-key discouraging time with your family and friends. Does that sound familiar? I have friends. I have family. Let's go hang with mine. And then we'll go hang with yours. Or we'll hang with yours and we'll go hang with mine. But I'm not going to just be sitting up here looking at you 24/7. It's not how it works. So if you're dealing with someone, a good way to draw the line in the middle and see what you're dealing with, you need to ask yourself a simple question. Does this person bring peace or pressure? Healthy love feels like support. Obsession feels like possession. Healthy love. Take your time. I'll be here. Toxic love. Why didn't you text me back yet? Why didn't I? Because you're getting on my nerves. Chill out. Again, it's not that serious. And that brings me to the boundaries. Boundaries are important, just as important as communication. Your boundaries get crossed. Obsessed people don't respect your limits. You say, I need space, they show up anyway. You post a picture with friends, suddenly it's a full interrogation. And somehow you start explaining yourself like it's a court case. Nah. This is not a trial. And my heart is not the evidence, so stop apologizing for existing. Again, they ignore your no. You say you're busy, they keep pushing. You say you're not comfortable with something, and they try to convince you instead of respecting it. No, I don't feel comfortable coming to your house. Let's meet at a restaurant. You might be a serial killer. I don't know. We got to be careful out here. The world is crazy. Or maybe that's too many crime podcasts. But I mean, they're real stories, so evidently it happens. You know? A boundary is to be respected, not negotiated. And you're not going to guilt trip me. I feel how I feel. I want what I want. I don't what I don't. And you're not going to guilt trip me for feeling the way that I do. So telling me that you care more than I do, or you would really like me to do that, or you're being dramatic. First of all, I know I'm dramatic, so you don't have to tell me that. But that's manipulation. That is not communication. moving faster than I'm comfortable with. Didn't I just tell you I'm not comfortable in doing that? So chill out and stop before I push you down. But I mean, they want more time, more access, more emotional intimacy before you're ready. Like, I just met you 2 minutes ago. Can we work up to this? Healthy love is pacing yourself. Yeah, I may want to do this, but I only want to do it if you're comfortable. I don't want to put you in a space where you're uncomfortable. And at any moment that you tell me that, I'm going to respect that. Because what are we doing? Um, we're not going to fast forward the relationship. And you're not going to make me feel guilty because I'm not comfortable with what you're trying to do. They minimize your feelings. When you speak up, now you're too sensitive or you're overthinking, making it a big deal. You are not going to erase my boundaries. You're going to respect it. And if you can't, then that's just another thing that we don't need to be together. It's as simple as that. They keep testing you. Please, please do not test my gangster. I am laughing and joking and lovable and nice and kind, but don't test my gangster because I can get real gangster real quick, and we don't want to do that. You set a boundary once. Next week you try again, different angle, same issue. Didn't I tell you? It's like my parent. Didn't I tell you I'm not gonna do that? And you're just pushing them away. Like, if they don't say no, no means no. If they say, okay, let me think about it, let them think about it. They're just seeing if you're gonna fold. But no, we 10 toes down. You're not going to make me feel any type of way if I'm not comfortable or I'm not ready. Because we have to be sure that both of us are doing what we both feel comfortable. And I'm not going to apologize because I want to take my time and do it right. Because what I don't have time for is wasted time. And that's not what we're going to do. And right now, you making me feel like I'm wasting my time. So, people who benefit from weak boundaries will always act like your boundaries are the problem. But they're not, they're just confused. They enjoy the access. So, a healthy response to your boundaries. No arguments. You don't have to give a long explanation or debate. The boundary is simply, this doesn't work for me. And the right person doesn't try to climb over it. They will respect it and adjust. And that is what we need to do, because you are not entitled. I might be entitled. Joking. But you are not going to feel entitled to have access to me off of the bat. There are levels to this, right? If someone keeps crossing your boundaries, it's not because they don't see the line. It's because they thought you wouldn't enforce it. Don't test my gangster. Don't do it. I'm trying to tell you. So it's like, again, I love true Black crime, and a lot of it holds on to domestic relationships, and how many people like flip out and kill their significant other because they are obsessed. And again, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. I'm sorry, when did that become a rule? I mean, sending a person text after text after text, or calling them or trying to push because you want to do something that they're not comfortable with. Again, you're pushing them away. That isn't where we should be. I'll be doggone if I tell you that I don't want to see you tonight and you show up at my door. Or I don't want to go to your house and you kidnap me. I mean, we're stalking me. Like, I tell you I'm going out with the girls and you show up. Like, how do you really think that's going to end? Let me know. How do you think that's going to end? I'm just going to say, oh my goodness, you came, and I'm going to run home with you. No, that is delusion at its best. You know, stalkers are real. I had a stalker one time. A couple of times, actually. That's a whole nother story. Whole nother time. But, you know, I just don't understand, why do we have to take this to a whole nother level of being toxic? Were you not loved as a child? I mean, what happens in your life that you have to feel like you are entitled to whatever you want with anybody? That's not healthy. And obsessed people love chaos. And again, like we talked about last week, we don't want chaos. We don't want to be entertaining their drama because they have nothing else to do. Being in this kind of relationship, and they're difficult, and sometimes they're hard to get out of. But some of the warning signs, they are entitled. They believe they deserve access to the person, whoever they're dating. They feel that they want to control, try to force a connection when it isn't mutual. I'm sorry, I don't like you. Or I don't like you as you like me. Again, isolating you. And escalation. The obsession grows stronger after rejection. And that's how you get folks flipping out, busting in your door, trying to take you, hold you hostage, whatever. And possibly ending you. And it's really not that serious. And you have to have respect for the boundaries. And love respects the door. Obsession tries to break it down. If I'm interested in you, I'm going to ask permission. If I'm obsessed, I already own you. Now that's deep. We should sit with that for a minute. I already own you because I'm obsessed. That's dangerous. That is a dangerous area. Why do we fall for it? Why do we let obsessed people in? Because we confuse intensity with love. Cleanliness as a passion. But passion doesn't make you scared of your own phone. And intensity shouldn't give you anxiety attacks. And if it does, that's obsession, not love. So again, let's break that down. Intensity feels like passion. When someone is texting nonstop, wanting to see you every day, acting like you're the best thing since sliced bread, yeah, it can feel amazing. And take your confidence to the top. And you think like, yeah, they're really into me, you know? But sometimes it isn't passion, it's fixation. You gave them the time of day. You said hi. You gave them your number. And where in reality, you might just be looking for a friend, but they've already married you. You know? Real connection builds over time. Obsession skips the steps. Wow. We're not skipping nothing. Because again, I need to see and know all of you. Love bombing is addictive. Ooh, that love bombing again. You start the relationship with constant compliments, big promises, talking about you my soulmate. And your brain get excited and it ties it to pleasure and bonding. So when the person later pulls back or becomes controlling, you're not just confused. You know, you're hooked on trying to get the good version of them back. Ooh, that makes me think of when people do drugs and how they get hooked on drugs. I've heard that they say when they get hooked on drugs, they're hooked because they're trying to chase that first high. And you're never going to get that first high again. Wow. Toxic love compared to drugs. Oh my gosh, what is the world coming to? I promise you. So that is the representative that you've seen, not the real them. When they get rejected or feel like you're trying to pull away, that's when the real person comes out. And that's what we need to pay attention to. Social media, TV, movies has a lot to do with it because they're lying. Nobody has it that good. Let's be honest. Movies have taught us, like, I can't live without you, love. And that is a big red flag. And of course, being together, I tell my husband this all the time. I need you to feel like you can't live without me. I need to feel that way about you. Even though in reality, I know that we can, but we're in this so we can't, if that makes sense. But yes, also being the center of someone's world can be powerful. That's the ego boost, the confidence level. When someone tells you they never felt that way about anybody, and that makes you feel like, oh, I'm so special. I'm that girl. And sometimes people ignoring the warning signs because attention feels good. Especially if you're in a place where you need that. Especially when you're in a place that you feel low, confidence isn't that high, you've been through something, or you just need something to take your mind off of your everyday life. And find you. But you better be careful. And so that's where we also get trauma bonds. Wow. That's very, what's the word I'm looking for? That's deep. I don't think that's the word I was going for, but that's deep. Someone alternates between intense affection, emotional withdrawal, and jealousy or control. That's where we talk about the emotional highs and lows. And weirdly enough, that emotional roller coaster can make people feel more attached, not less. It's not love, it's an emotional addiction. And then there's hope. That's probably the main one. You know why we fall for it. You feel like there's something that you can do to make them calm down. They'll calm down once they trust me. Or they love me so much, they're just so scared to lose me. And they're just passionate about me. But the love that comes from fear of losing control doesn't usually become healthier. It becomes more controlling. Let's do that reality check. Healthy love feels like safety, consistency, and respect. Obsession feels like pressure, intensity, and emotional chaos. One grows slowly, the other burns fast and loud. We don't fall for obsession because it's obvious. We fall for it because in the beginning, it feels like being deeply wanted. Sometimes the biggest red flag isn't someone loving you too little. It's someone acting like they own you too much. So that just wrapped it all up. Let's close out with a lesson. Boundaries aren't optional. They're survival tools. So you got to protect your space, protect your peace, protect your neck, and never let someone's obsession turn your life into a circus. Because obsession doesn't fade with love. It fades with awareness. And sometimes a strong block button. Obsession is messy, chaotic, and exhausting. But now that you know how to spot it, I want you to stay sharp and sassy. And email me some stories so we can share on the podcast. Let me know your thoughts. I'll take reviews, good and bad, hopefully more good than bad. And you can email me at sassyspeakspod@gmail.com, Facebook Sassy Speaks, IG Sassyspeakspod. All right, loves. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Bye.